Yeah,
No whisper. No whisper.
I thought about it, and then I sort of stopped myself last minute, and then I was disappointed I didn't do it and hope no one noticed.
You're a consistent bottler, mate.
No, maybe one day I'll just drop it in, surprise.
It'll be a good day.
But yeah, and the theme is life today. Very deep, as always.
Existential.
Yeah, we got
That's what we like.
exactly. Kai lost his chess match with the devil and unfortunately died last week. I believe so. I don't know how he died, but I know you tried to play chess with the devil to come back, and
I played chess for my life.
Yeah, because he was killed by the dwarves who kidnapped us.
that was the one. I knew it was something along those lines. It's been a whirlwind week.
Yeah,
No,
but it's fine because we beat up the devil and now Kai is back.
It's like that Tenacious D film.
Yeah, exactly.
better because we did it.
Not that I've ever seen it, but
Yeah, it's played by Dave Grohl in that film.
Isn't he played by Dave Grohl in the music video as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
shout out Dave Grohl.
Shout out Dave Grohl. Here we go. And Chris, you've got a list prepared for us.
Yeah,
And
every week I come up with a
this.
list.
It's always like the Uncut Gems moment where I just clench and hope you don't say anything too offensive on your list. It's cancelled.
No, today is actually tame. Just going through the list, and there's nothing that's gonna make anyone cry.
You said that about your movie sequels list, to be fair. And we're still...
but this time I actually mean it. This is all normal-ish.
Normal-ish. We can do that. Let's set us off then with number 10.
Yeah, so I was thinking about life and how in life everyone has to get a job at some point. So I thought to go through a bunch of jobs that you can hire people to do. So not necessarily jobs you can get yourself, but jobs that you can hire other people to do for you. And at number 10 is a professional mermaid. So if you go to mermaidsinmotion.com, you can hire someone to dress up as a mermaid and swim around at birthday parties and stuff like that.
Very cool.
I'm
sure there's some like perverts out there that will use that for disgusting.
That was my first thought, but I didn't want to say it because I was ashamed that was the first place in my mind.
I think it's more for kids' parties and stuff than perverts.
Oh, good. So now,
must vet who they're thinking, and they don't want to just turn up at Jerry McCann's house and start being a man.
At whose house?
I don't want to repeat myself.
No, repeat it.
I said Jerry McCann.
Wow. That's libelous, that.
Well, she doesn't have to get a job. Neither of them do. They're minted.
That is true.
Yeah, true. Profiting off the death of their daughter. Very classy.
Exactly.
Well, we don't know that she's dead yet. It hasn't been confirmed.
Oh, mate, she's been gone, 15 years?
Yeah.
Discussion for another day, but...
Anyway, so number 9 is a professional whistler. At thewhistler.com, there's a guy called Robert Stemmons who you can hire to whistle.
Can you teach me how to whistle? Because I've always wanted to be able to whistle really well.
Then you could put him out of a job.
Yeah, true, actually. It probably doesn't benefit him in any way to teach me.
No. In case you
It depends. Yeah, I'm sure if you can't whistle now, you're not going to pick it up and suddenly become a professional whistler like him.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't know that.
Yeah, I might be like Rain Man and just pick it up really easily because I'm Rain Man.
Maybe.
I don't think he's going to let you do that anytime soon.
Well, fuck him then.
Number 8.
Number 8 is an Elvis minister. There's a man in Las Vegas who marries people dressed as Elvis. I tried to find a website, but I couldn't, but I found loads of pictures of it and reviews from people saying thanks and stuff. So
that's pretty cool.
If you want to get married by a man dressed as Elvis, just go to Las Vegas, I guess.
I think realistically, you'd have to find a partner that was happy to get married by Elvis in the first place, because I imagine most women don't want their wedding.
Well, if she doesn't want to get married by Elvis, then she's not the one, I'm afraid.
Exactly.
Yeah, I suppose I thought of it like that. Right, we're on
Elvis is a racist, anyways.
There he is.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
Public Enemy said he was, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus. All right, number 7.
Number 7 is at-home head lice treatment. There's a website called www.lousecalls.com. They go around to houses treating people with lice problems.
That's disgusting.
That's the most depressing job I could possibly think.
That shouldn't. If you can't treat lice by yourself, you don't deserve to breathe oxygen. It's the simplest thing to get rid of. You don't need someone to come and treat it for you.
I don't know, maybe they just have like a really out of control infestation that they need someone to come control.
If you're that bad, then you're filthy and you need to just sort your life out.
That's far. I imagine most of the audience is predominantly old people or neglecting parents.
Yeah. Imagine like 6-year-old Sally has to call them because her parents won't do anything about her lice that she caught at school.
Yeah, and all the kids are like kicking shit out of her in the playground.
Well, I don't want to take it to that level. You just imagine the 6-year-old getting beaten up.
You've beaten up 6-year-olds before.
Yeah, but that's my personal life. I'm allowed to beat up 6-year-olds. It's my hobby.
All right, number 6.
Number 6 is Letter from Santa Writer. www.santaclaushouse.com/Santa letters. They'll write a personalised letter from Santa for your kid.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
Surely the parents can write it themselves.
Yeah. I feel like parents go too hard on like keeping up the Santa myth, and a lot of kids are going to be absolutely devastated when they find out that he doesn't exist.
It just seems like a lot of effort.
Yeah.
I remember when I found out that Santa wasn't real because I was trying to get to sleep one day and my parents had gotten me a Dick and Dom annual, and when you opened it up there was like a voice that shouted bogeys, and I was trying to sleep and I could just hear bogeys from downstairs.
Oh, what? And you put together that like Santa can't have dropped that off because your mum and dad
yeah,
were playing
because I
around
got
with
that
it.
for Christmas and I was like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest way to find out I've ever heard.
I think I just came to the age where I was like, yeah, there's no way that this man could exist.
I think most people do.
Yeah. I don't think anyone explicitly told me.
I don't really remember. I think it was just they said it in RS one day. They were talking about traditions, and that was it.
Jesus, how old were you? Like 14?
Yeah, it was last week.
Sorry for your loss, mate.
I don't know. I think I always had an inkling, but I just could never be bothered to confirm it for myself, and that just confirmed it. It wasn't like a disappointment.
Yeah. Did anyone ever try and like catch Santa out?
No.
No. Just me then. Yeah. Like I'd sometimes leave little things in the hopes that like I'd hear him trip up on them and stuff.
You just left like a huge bear trap in the living room.
Not quite. Like I just leave like a marble on the floor. I don't know what I actually hope to achieve. Like,
imagine if you'd have found out Santa wasn't real because your mum had broken her arm slipping on a marble.
my mum trips up on a marble and breaks her neck.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in Gremlins where they find out that Santa's not real because his dad dressed as Santa and like got stuck in the chimney.
What a film.
You're listening to Cold to the Touch.
You went for the whisper.
Yeah, that was a very like I don't know. That was a very sensual voice, Chris.
Yeah, that's
trying to seduce some ladies.
That's what you got to do on radio.
Draw them in with a sensual voice.
Yeah.
What do you want to carry on with your list?
Yeah. So at number 5, there is a personal biography writer. At lifestoriestoday.com, you can hire someone who will write a biography for you to leave a legacy with.
Christ, imagine someone writing our biographies.
It would just be the dullest thing ever.
Jesus.
Went to Zanzi's, got drunk, went home, complained about having post-alcohol depression, and back out again.
Cried that my dad left when I was 14.
Jesus. I will not be hiring someone to write my bio.
No. Unless I do some really exciting shit, like, it's just not worth it.
No.
Yeah. No. What about number 4?
Number 4 is manservants. At manservants.com, you can hire attractive men that women hire to have them treat them like a queen while dressed in a tuxedo.
Again, that's just a fetish thing, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, saying that, and it's a bit off. Well, it's not off topic. There was a woman on the news that's quit her job as an optician. She now earns 6-figure salaries every month pretending to be a dog on video.
What?
Like, she didn't disclose how much she earned, but they confirmed that it was a 6-figure thing she was getting every month.
What, and she pretends to be a dog?
Yeah, she'd send, like, videos of her playing fetch with a tennis ball and stuff.
Oh, I think I've seen that video, actually, on Twitter.
Yeah, it's madness.
Yeah, she does it on TikTok, doesn't she?
Yeah, TikTok, and she sells the videos as well. And some guys hired her in London at the moment.
It's
Spent like a week in a flat. She sleeps in a dog bed and all sorts.
What the fuck?
Dedication.
What would you do to make like that much money, though? Would you do that sort of shit?
Yeah, of course I would.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's not a lot of money.
I think I'd be too self-conscious. Because she goes to like parks and stuff.
Yeah, that's a bit far. Like,
just pay everyone off to not judge you.
Yeah, true. You probably could at that point.
Yeah, and if you're in the house, like, if no one's going to see you inside either, it's only going to be them, and they're going to be playing with themselves anyway. Too busy to notice what you're doing.
Disgusting.
Seconds.
Again, taking it to a sick level, you sick fuck.
Number 3.
Number 3 is professional cuddler. At cuddleuptome.com, you can hire someone to come and cuddle you.
I thought you were going to say professional cunt then. No,
there's plenty
cuddler.
of them, to be fair.
What if you get someone who smells?
Send them back, I don't know.
What if they get a hard on when they're cuddling you or something? It seems like a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, but they're professionals, right? They're experienced cuddlers. They know what they're doing. They're going to smell great, and they're not going to get a hard on.
I'm not convinced. Number 3?
Number 2. Number 2 is a chicken renter. At www.rentthechicken.com, you can hire out chickens to people. They have locations all over the USA. So if you live in America or Canada and you want to hire out a chicken, go ahead.
What purpose would you ever need to hire a chicken for?
I don't know. Maybe you're making a film. You want a chicken in it.
Yeah, true. I feel like that's like just a prank website. People just hire chickens for their mates.
But they must be earning enough money to like keep the domain open and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, half of these I think, they're a joke, and then at the same time I'm like, well, they must make some money if they've still carried on, unless they were made last week.
Yeah, when I was doing research, there was a lot of websites where I was like, that's a good idea, like for this list, and I went to the website and they didn't exist anymore.
Yeah, because they're terrible businesses.
Yeah, just not making money. Maybe COVID killed them off.
Maybe. Alright, number 1 then.
Number 1 is our own future business idea, where you can hire Kai for a day to come round your house and just do regular Kai activities.
I don't even know what regular Kai activities are. What do? Just sit around being miserable and watching films?
Yeah.
Mope around the house.
Make everyone in the room depressed.
Eat pot noodles.
Yeah.
Watch films.
To be fair, if I'm getting paid for it, why not?
Yeah.
You'd be silly to turn this down. This is a business.
If anyone does want that service, I'm available.
And you'd get abducted on your first one or something.
Yeah, probably, and get sold into like human trafficking.
Like
Liam Neeson's daughter from Taken.
I don't think I could do any of these jobs. Personally.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm up for any of this. Apart from the
No.
Kai one. If I'm getting paid to just be myself, I'm there. Nothing weird, though. I'm not doing anything weird.
No,
Would you
just
copy-
regular Kai activities.
Yeah, so nothing weird. That's all I do. It's just regular.
Rest in peace, Morricone, probably the greatest film composer of all time.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably definitely one of the most prolific behind John Williams.
Yeah, easily. He scored over like 200 films, didn't he?
Yeah, especially to break through to like a massive Western audience as well, being Italian.
Yeah.
That effect on Western cinema as well as his own. I mean, Italian movies are technically Western cinema, but I know what I mean. So,
Yeah, we know what you mean. We get you.
yeah, sadly passed away. But that didn't stop us getting a sponsor this week. That's a little segue. Chris, who sponsored us.
Yeah, so this one didn't come in through the FBI or anything this week. This was just a classic email we got. So, yeah, here is today's sponsor.
Hello, go to the touch listeners. The first step is clear and is awaiting confirmation. So, reply to our messages today. Call your account to find out the balance of your Bitcoin account. The first step is clear and is awaiting confirmation. Every listener is entitled to over 16 million Bitcoin. Act now by going to www.bit.ly/JFDSLDSIUF8453 for your chance to get this money. This is not scam.
There we go. That's this week's sponsor.
Not a scam.
Not a scam, guys.
No.
Not a scam. This is your chance for 16 million Bitcoin.
It's also worrying about how fitting that is after the Twitter hack yesterday.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Twitter got hacked and like Michelle Obama, Elon Musk all got like Bitcoin tweets coming from their accounts.
Yeah, it was like they were tweeting out saying that if you send me this amount of Bitcoin, we'll send you the same amount but doubled. So people did it and got scammed.
That's amazing. Imagine actually thinking President Obama had tweeted that.
Obama big on Bitcoin.
Life.
That's good.
What does it mean?
You don't know.
42.
Oh, grow up. How old are you? 12. Such a dead meme.
Is that the Hitchhiker's Guide to
Yeah.
Terrible? What have we stooped to on this show?
Exactly. Like a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy references now. Hit rock
It's a
bottom.
good book.
It's not.
Have you read it?
No, I've watched the film.
Well, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah, the film's shit.
Yeah.
I can't really remember the film. I just remember that giant white robot thing.
Yeah. Martin Freeman.
Oh, yeah. Is it Martin Freeman's voice?
Yeah.
No, Martin Freeman's the main guy. The robot was Alan Rickman.
I
The
wish
paranoid android.
more people appreciated Alan Rickman and Galaxy Quest. What a film.
Never seen
Galaxy Quest is a pretty great film.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. That's less to the point. We were going to discuss Last of Us 2 because it's been a month since it's been out now.
Yeah. It's long enough for everyone to have played it and we can do a spoiler chat about it.
I mean, obviously, if you haven't, and you're listening on Deezer, and
Shout out
Fuck off.
Deezer.
so, yeah, what did we all think?
I loved it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I thought it was great. I don't play a lot of games though, so I think I'm just like blown away because of like how technically good it is. It just looks like real life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has
graph-
game for me now.
Graphically, it's probably one of, if not the best looking games we've ever played.
Yeah, it's definitely the best for me.
Yeah, I think every time Naughty Dog release a game, I think that. Like, when I played Last of Us 1, I thought that. When I played Uncharted 4, I thought that. And, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
Go on, Callum, sorry. Didn't mean to cut you
Oh,
off.
it's alright. Like, I tried, because I liked story games anyway. I know it sounds quite broad, but like, story-focused games, things like Detroit, Heavy Rain, Last of Us, Uncharted. And after playing that, I tried to start the Sunken City. I think it's just ruined games for me. Like, I just think whenever I play something, then nothing is ever going to quite reach that level.
No, it's like for a video game, it like uses the medium it's in to really good effect. Like you couldn't make that as a film and have the same emotional response to it. It only works as a game.
Yeah, they are trying to make a TV series out of it, and it's the Chernobyl creators. You said you weren't excited for it.
I'm not excited. I'm just worried because I don't think it will translate very well.
Yeah, I
So
think
much of it is like
Neil Druckmann, the writer of both games, is apparently going to have a very hands-on role making it. So hopefully, it's not.
That's
too
pretty
bad.
cool.
I'm glad they're doing it in a TV format instead of movie, because I just think if they'd have done it in a movie, there's no way you couldn't capture.
No, it's not enough time.
No. So I am excited to see where they sort of run with it. And they can do into TV adaptations, because The Witcher was good. I mean, you didn't watch it because you found it annoying, but
Yeah, I turned off after like half an hour.
yeah, for a lot of people. And if you stick with it, it was a really solid thing. Because they can explore more avenues in TV than they can film, because they got a lot more time to play with.
Yeah. What did you both think of like how the story plays out? Because it was quite unexpected for me. I know, Chris, you saw a lot of the spoilers beforehand.
Yeah, I pretty much had most of the game already spoiled for me. So going in, I kind of knew what to expect. And like from the get-go, like reading those spoilers, I was like, I really do not like the direction this is taken.
Mm.
And I think on paper, it's understandable why a lot of people would have that opinion, but
Yeah,
the
I've
actual
heard that.
execution of it is so good. And playing it, it makes a lot of sense that what would happen does happen.
Yeah. Am I allowed to like get into spoilers? Are you both happy for me? Yeah, because obviously like Joel, the main character you play as in the first game, gets killed within the first 2 hours. And not just killed either, like brutally murdered. So for the longest time, I just hated Abby. And I was fully on side with Ellie. I was like, we need to find her. We need to just kill her and all of her friends. But then obviously when the switch happens, I was still like, well, I don't like Abby, but I'm going to be open-minded and see where this goes. And it's like it was just a cool duality, because obviously Abby has her revenge for Joel killing her dad. But it's not helped anything. She's still like haunted by the memory of it. And Ellie's not got to that point where she's actually got revenge yet, but she thinks it's going to help. And I ended up sympathising with Abby so much just because I realised like she's not a bad person. She's trying to be better after taking
Except
part
for
in
when
brutal killing.
Except for when she bangs her mate, who is the father of one of her other mates' unborn child.
Yeah, that was quite fucked up. But,
Yeah.
you know, everyone makes mistakes. And they had a past history. And did you really get the feeling that Owen was into Mel? Or do you think he just settled for Mel because it was easier than having to put up with Abby's shit?
Yeah,
I don't know, because they don't explore enough of the dynamic, do they, behind Owen and Mel? Like, Mel was sort of played out as like true, like she could do no wrong.
Yeah.
So I wonder if, you might be right that because Abby was a bit of a lunatic.
Yeah, she was so focused on killing Joel that she just didn't have enough time for Owen, is what I got from it anyways.
But not too sure, because Owen did sort of reach out and say that like the space is always here, but obviously she turned it down. So
yeah,
like, he did try and create time for her, and she had the opportunity to sort of get her revenge and come back. Obviously, she didn't want that.
No, I like that in the end. Obviously, you know, when Lev, Abby's little friend that she found, runs away back to the island to like confront his mum, and Owen's like, "Oh, I'll come with you," and Abby's just straight up says like, "Get your priorities straight." It just showed like character growth, you know. But yeah, from a storytelling perspective, I thought the game was incredible. I've never seen a game execute a story that complicated that well, and for me to get such an emotional response out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely agree.
Obviously, there's quite a lot of other controversies with it as well, because you got like a transsexual character in there. I know a bloke at work today wasn't very happy about that. But did anyone think that was executed poorly, or?
No.
It wasn't really. I think they did it the right way, because the more you draw attention to things like that, it just becomes too much. Like,
Yeah.
defeats the object of, like, don't know how to say it, because I know in my head I'm thinking it's right, but like, you know, like when they say, "Oh, we've not cast enough people of color in our movie," so they deliberately cast them knowing that it's just going to please someone, rather than it happening naturally, which is better and what people want.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
All the different people fell into place, like having transgender characters, having ethnic characters, and none of it felt like it was put in just for the sake of drawing attention to it. Like, it all felt natural, which is good. I think I've explained that like I wanted to.
No, yeah, I get you. It was a totally natural thing to happen. It doesn't feel forced or anything.
Yeah,
and it helps the story as well, because a lot of the story is about how mankind is like rebuilding itself, and obviously you've got this like pretty much world-ending disease, and people are still splitting off into societies and making weird religions and just being completely divided, as opposed to together against this disease. Like, people are still arguing over stupid shit like, can a girl be a boy, or can a boy be a girl, sort of thing. Like, who cares at that point?
Yeah, my favourite things about the game is probably how just how brutal it is. Like,
yeah.
Unrelenting.
Like, yeah, that's it. Like, you kill people and they're like, you hear like their friend like screaming their name.
Yeah.
Or like you kill the dog and then their owner starts crying and stuff. It's just so dark and brutal.
Like, I played Doom, and that's just like fast paced, but it's brutal and bloody, but I don't feel guilt. Whereas every time I fired my gun in this, I felt like I was going to throw up a bit in my mouth.
Yeah, it's such good like world building, isn't it? Because it's like, it feels like a real world. Every character has a name, and you feel the weight of the responsibility of actually killing someone, as opposed to just mindless violence.
Yeah, my favourite bits of the game were easily where they basically just let you off your leash and like let you explore and loot buildings and stuff.
Yeah, that was a lot. Like, the first game was sort of like that, but this game's so much bigger. There's so much more to explore.
Yeah,
so many more buildings to explore.
Something they did really well on Uncharted 4 as well, because there's like a huge like couple hour sequence where you're just left alone in the desert and there's nothing really going on.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. That's like the downtown Seattle bit at the start of this game.
Yeah, that's like probably one of my favourite bits in the game.
Yeah, that was really fun. It's a good like tutorial sort of like place as well. I found out how to pretty much play the game in that segment.
But there we go. Moving on from that, we've got an album discussion to talk about.
Yeah, I've got some probably going to be controversial opinions about this album, so I'll let someone else start.
Well, Chris, do you want to set us off?
Okay. I didn't like it.
No,
not gonna lie, it's not my thing. I liked the ISIS Crisis.
Yeah,
that was about it. I just couldn't really get into the album at all. No matter how hard I tried.
Disappointed.
Oh no, you sound so gutted. I'm so sorry.
I get it. I did, to be honest, I was a bit unsure how everyone was going to respond to it. It felt relevant, and especially, I mean, the album came out in 2018. It just feels like a relevant album. I think deep down that he wants to just write poetry, but probably can't, because he knows he can't market it. So he tries to turn it into songs with a lot of multiple. Yeah. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. But I've listened to it that much now that I think I've started to enjoy it and view it as something more than I probably.
Yeah, I can totally understand why like people would love it, but for me, it didn't really work musically. Like it sounded very similar. Every song sounded very similar.
Yeah, that was
There wasn't-
literally the exact same thing. I thought lyrically, I liked quite a lot of what he was saying, but
The
nearly
lyrics are
every
really
song
cool.
sounded the exact same. And by
Yeah.
the time it ended, I was just so bored of listening to it.
Yeah, the ISIS
I think-
Crisis is a great song though, because that was that was the one song that seemed to change it up a little bit. It was like musically, it sounded different to everything else on the album.
I'm a fan. I think, again, it's because I've listened to him so much and I've listened to his other albums. I tend to, when I listen to him, don't listen to the whole album. Like, I his entire playlist on shuffle. I get like a mix of the rest of his album, so it sort of breaks up the monotony of listening to the same thing.
Yeah,
Might be one of them things that if I listen to it all the way through, then I probably would notice the similarities. I think, lyrically, he's definitely up there with sort of some of the best ideas. He has got a poetry as well that he's done, which has got some banging lyrics in it as well. But it still, I think it still holds as a relevant album, whether you like it or not. Like the lyrics are definitely always relevant.
definitely. I think the lyrics are great. I loved a lot of the lyrics. To be fair, I was looking through like Genius.com and just like reading along with the lyrics as the album was going on, and some of it's really like it reminded me of, I don't know if anyone's ever listened to John Cooper Clarke, the poet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of that sort of thing, just like blunt political like lyricism.
Yeah, listening to it, I was reminded a lot of some of the bigger like folk punk musicians like Billy Bragg, or even like more recently Frank Turner.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that
a big
sound
Billy Bragg vibe.
I'm pretty sure I've seen him do interviews before where he said that Billy Bragg was one of his main influences in his music.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I didn't think the album was necessarily like bad or anything. It's just not really my thing. I didn't really enjoy it that much.
Not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah, I feel like pretty much the same as Chris, to be fair. It's just not my cup of tea.
Never mind. Well, it's not really a competition, so you can find the best recommendation.
No.
To be fair. But it's nice to know that people have listened to something different. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's interesting to actually like put myself out of my comfort zone a bit and listen to things that I wouldn't listen to like on an everyday basis.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
What would we all rate it?
I'll give it 3.5 culture touches out of 5.
I'd probably go 2.5. Like, I didn't think it was too bad. It's just not really my thing.
Yeah, I'll probably say 2.5 as well.
There we go. Now we've got a film discussion. So the film I recommended was Life is Beautiful. To be honest, I used the word life for the theme really loosely to include this because it probably could have gone on the war or anything else. But Carl, you didn't get time to watch it, but you're excited to watch it. And Chris, you watched it.
Yeah, I did.
And what did you think?
I loved it. It's probably the best film anyone's recommended on the show yet, in my opinion.
Always then.
Yeah, going in, I didn't know anything about it except for the fact it was a Holocaust film, so I expected like the most depressing film ever made, but it wasn't like that at all. I had a very almost beautiful experience watching it. I was in tears by the end because I just thought it was incredibly wholesome yet very dark at the same time.
Yeah, so I won't spoil the plot too much because Kai's got to watch it. But it's based around a father and son during the Holocaust. Have been sent to a camp, and the dad doesn't want his son to be traumatized by the experience. So basically tries to convince him that the whole thing's a big, massive game, and the prize is that he gets to go in a tank at the end. That's probably as much as I can go into without spoiling it. It was nominated for an Oscar. And it's phenomenal. There's just literally, you can't fault any of it at all. I mean, faultless.
All the reviews on Letterboxd are very much either on the side that they think it's incredible or they think it's really shit because it's just Roberto Benigni like trying to make the Holocaust look fun and trying to make it into a joke.
Yeah, but
Which, in my short letterbox review, I put anyone who thinks that clearly completely missed the point of the film and didn't understand it.
exactly. It's I don't even know how people can think that while watching it. To be honest,
No.
Everything about it. I don't know. I don't want to say too much about it. I just want people to go and sort of watch it.
Yeah, a lot of the point of it is literally the film is basically about the fact life is beautiful, as corny as that may sound.
Yeah, you can
And
find
I think using something as like horrific and dark as the Holocaust to prove that point works incredibly well.
Yeah, are you excited to watch it?
Yeah, to be fair, from what you guys have said, it sounds like a really interesting take on, like, I don't want to say Holocaust film because I don't think that's a genre of film, but there's quite a few out there now. So
Yeah,
it sounds like a very different take on it.
I think it's one of Holocaust film that doesn't rely on shock to sort of convey its message on how horrendous the thing. By no means it doesn't glorify the Holocaust.
no, it definitely does show some of the really horrific things that happens, but that's like such a small part of it because that's not really what the film's about.
Yeah, it doesn't need to show something so shocking that you sort of go on to thinking about it like it just provokes so many emotions. It's madness. I don't know how to explain it.
Roberto Benigni, who wrote, directed and starred in it, won an Oscar for Best Acting for the film, and he is incredible in it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? He won like Best Actor at the Oscars, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's impressive. Is it a foreign film?
Yeah, Italian.
Yeah, that hardly ever happens. That's really impressive.
Yeah. Then he pretty much went on to do nothing but garbage afterwards.
Oh.
The film he directed after was a live-action Pinocchio film where he starred as Pinocchio.
Jesus.
Bit of a departure.
I'm trying to think what it was beaten out against during the Oscars, and it just shouldn't have been.
Shakespeare in Love.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah, I looked it up. Film directed by someone... Yeah. That was the film that won Best Picture that year.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Directed by someone who was born and raised in Portsmouth.
Fuck off again. Who?
Whoever was director of that.
Oh. That's pretty fucking cool.
Also directed the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the name of that film, but I couldn't remember it.
His sequel. That's so random.
What's his name?
John Philip Madden.
Oh. John Madden, shout out.
Random.
Shouldn't have won Best Picture, though.
No.
No, not to Shakespeare in Love. They should have lost it, especially because of flipping... Is it Scarlett Johansson is in that? Or Cameron Diaz?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Who else is it? What's the film I'm thinking of first?
I don't know. Shakespeare in Love's awful, though.
That's
one of my mum's favourite films.
I watched a period film with Scarlett Johansson in. I'm trying to think what it was, and she's just awful.
Yeah, I know what you're on about.
So that year, the films that were up for nomination was Shakespeare in Love, Elizabeth starring Cate Blanchett, Life is Beautiful, Saving Private Ryan, and The Thin Red Line, directed by Terrence Malick.
Pretty good crop of films, to be fair. Saving Private Ryan, Thin Red Line, and Life is Beautiful.
So
literally all period films.
Yeah.
3 of which were set in World War II.
Yeah. I read a thing about the Thin Red Line today that was the original cut of it was over 5 hours long. They had to edit it down.
Yeah, that's Terrence Malick for you. All his films are super long, and then he has to cut them down. Like, me and Kai saw A Hidden Life earlier in the year, and that film's 2.5 hours long, but apparently the original cut was almost 6 hours, and he had to cut it down.
Jesus. It was long enough.
Yeah, I know, it was really slow.
The Thin Red Line was Adrian Brody thought he was the main character going in, and after the premiere was gutted because he found out he wasn't.
That's amazing.
Chris, do you want to give it a rating before you go into your letterbox reviews?
Yeah, 5 cold to the touches out of 5 by far. I really, really loved this film. I am definitely going to watch it again.
Yeah, I give it 5 cold to the touches out of 5 as well.
I give it an excited cold to the touches out of 5.
All right, do you want to go through some letterbox reviews?
Yeah, so every week we look at the film recommendation and we go on the app and website Letterboxd to find a bunch of reviews that are either funny or incredibly factually incorrect. This week I have got 9 that I found. The first is by someone called Seagull, who gave it 4.5 stars and just put "fuck the MCU."
Brilliant.
I agree.
The next person's called Jared, gave it 4.5 stars again and put, "The title is clickbait, life sucks." Next is someone called Josephine (Docma) gave it 0.5 star and said cinema was a mistake.
Jesus.
That's scathing.
That's proper savage.
Next is from J Castro Novo, gave it 0.5 star again, put very bad movie, almost as bad as the 2015 movie Dope for different reasons.
I like Dope.
Such a random film to compare.
Yeah, they're not even similar in the slightest.
Jesus.
If you're called Jay, though, what do you expect? It's such a fuckboy name.
Yeah.
Well,
The next one's from Andy Flower, and I don't know why, but I just found this one really funny. It's 2.5 stars. Their review is literally just Amazon Prime with the tag Amazon Prime.
Brilliant.
Next is from Jeff Winters, gave it 2.5 stars and put, "I like the ending. Speak English next time."
EDL response for a
Yeah,
film
literally.
I've never seen.
Who reviewed that? Tommy Robinson.
Next is from Men on Film, gave it 3 stars, put, "I've heard of camp comedy, but this is just ridiculous."
Oh no,
Jesus
that's a low blow.
Christ.
That's just too much.
It's not even on.
Oh dear.
Next from Etienne Filion Suave, gave it 3 stars and put, "Maybe one of the only instances where gaslighting someone is not such a bad idea."
Oh no.
Are
So
these
many-
just Holocaust jokes now, Chris?
It's tasteful.
Means gaslighting is in like lying to someone to like
Oh,
make them think something
that
differently.
makes sense.
okay.
And the Alex Cameron song.
Yeah, exactly, like the Alex Cameron song. The last one is from Brian Strang, gave it 3 stars and put, "If only Guido wasn't a hat-stealing, kidnapping, sexual assaulter before being the best father."
Oh dear. Right. Just too much, really.
Jesus.
Happy days. One of the traditions on Culture Touch as we come to an end is that we read out some fan mail. And Kai, you've got some fan mail for us.
Yeah, once again, it's I don't know. I just feel like our listeners are kind of just weird guys. So again, here we go. No name on this one, actually. It's an anonymous one.
The best kind.
But yeah, I suppose so. But he says, "My life is going nowhere. I live in a pit of despair and misery. My dad left first, then my mum, and now my girlfriend. I really thought she was the one. She accepted me for me. My mum and dad could never do that because of my interests, but she didn't care. At least that's what I thought, until that fateful Tuesday night when I showed her my collection of My Little Pony action figures and the My Little Pony tattoo on my arse. I thought she would be excited by them like I am. Well, with her gone, my life is nothing. It means nothing, and I contribute nothing to society. I've even been kicked out of the Brony subreddit for talking about my woes too often. Well, fuck them. I'll show them. I'll show them all. As Rainbow Dash would say, let's fuck them all. At least she says that in the porn I watch anyways. Cheers for listening to my problems as usual. You're the best therapist I've ever had, and I've had a few. Oh, maybe that wasn't meant for us.
Or maybe it was.
Maybe,
we are
maybe,
like an advice column.
I guess so, yeah.
Except we don't actually give advice, we just read what people say.
Yeah, we just like dox them and probably lead them to shooting up a school.
Expose their secret woes.
Yeah. But my life was slightly ruined this past Saturday. Obviously, as everyone knows, barbers have been closed during the lockdown. Barbers opened up a couple of weeks ago now, and I went Saturday to get my hair cut. And I went in and I said, could I have a grade 2 on the sides and the back, please? Which is my usual. And I said, I'll keep it quite long on top, but not as long as this. I have a picture if you need it for reference. She said, that would be great. So I showed her the picture and the barber went, oh, short all over then. I said, no, I like it quite long on top. Look at the picture. The picture is how I have my hair. She took it upon herself to fucking scalp me to the point where I may as well have just shaved it all off in lockdown. I look like I'm a member of the BNP or the EDL. I look like Tommy Robinson's 18-year-old son. My forehead looks massive. It doesn't help that I've got a giant spot on my forehead at the moment. But yeah, I'm willing to bet that I have consistently the worst haircuts in England, and I will take anyone up on that.
No, I don't think it's that bad. I keep saying this, but you just don't listen.
Mate, it's shit. It's not how I have it at all. I can't do anything with it because it's too short to do anything with. I just look like an idiot.
You've had it worse. At least you don't look like Beans from Lizzie McGuire this time.
Yeah, true. The worst part about this one is that they charged me 15 quid for the haircut because apparently it's a restyle. I never asked for a restyle. I just wanted my fucking haircut normally. And because I'm too awkward and there was a lot of hair for them to cut, I ended up giving them a £5 tip anyways. So it was a 20 quid haircut for something I didn't even fucking ask for. Yeah, I was fuming. I really want to just go and put a brick through their window. But that's my
recommend
experience.
Against that, but
yeah, not worth it, is it?
We go, yeah. And Greta.
But yeah, that was my experience. But just my little piece I wanted to say. On with the show.
yeah.
There you go, Chris. Do you want to lead us out?
Yeah, so every week, as we've done already in this show, we do a recommendation where someone recommends a film and an album. It is my pick this week, or next week, and the theme is religion, because we teased in one of the first episodes that for episode 10 we were going to talk about religion for some reason. So there was plenty of films I could have picked, but I thought I'd go for something that I knew that both of you probably have not seen. It's a sequel to my favourite film of all time. I'm going to pick The Exorcist 3.
No. Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say The Exorcist 2.
No, why would I pick The Exorcist 2?
I was like, that film is dreadful. Please don't make me watch it again.
The Exorcist 2 is probably the worst film I've ever watched.
Yeah.
But The Exorcist 3 is really good and underrated.
Yeah. Okay, this has been on my watch list for a while,
Yeah.
so I'm excited.
It's written and directed by William Peter Blatty, who wrote the original Exorcist book and screenplay.
He also made... Have you seen the film The Ninth Configuration?
Yeah, that film's really good as well.
See, I really hated that film, so...
I liked it a lot.
It seemed to turn into a B movie when the guy was getting beaten up in a alpha male biker bar, and they all look like members of Kiss.
Yeah, this film gets a little bit cheesy towards the end because he basically made a film and the studio are like, there's no exorcism in this film, go back and make it. So it gets a little bit cheesy towards the end, but yeah, I still really like it, so that's my film recommendation.
Nice. Hasn't it got like the most famous jump scare of all time in it as well?
Yeah, it's a pretty
Yeah.
good one, to be fair.
Decent.
And album-wise, it took me a long time to pick something because I thought of going for like some weird Christian rock album. But I thought instead of that, I'll pick Grace by Jeff Buckley because it's one of my favourite albums of all time. And I know you said the other day you've not listened to it, Kai.
Yeah, no, I've never heard it.
Yeah, so there we go. The Exorcist 3 and Grace by Jeff Buckley are our recommendations next
Exciting.
week.
I'll probably watch Life is Beautiful as well in the coming week because I'm feeling a bit better mentally. So I'll let you guys know what I think about it.
Yeah, as Holocaust films go, it's one of the more upbeat, as I said earlier.
Yeah, I just want to apologise again for not actually watching it and not being a professional this week.
I'm sure our Deezer fans will forgive you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll just have to do better next week.
Exactly. Come back twice as hard and twice as fast.
So you're going to talk about both films, like, twice the speed?
Simultaneously. I'll do them both at the same time. One out of the left corner of my mouth and one out of the right corner of my mouth.
All right, then, Chris, play us out.